Hello, everyone. I'm Yvonne Khoo from eXp Realty, the Agency Tribe, Nevada. And today I'm going to talk about the pain of owning properties, especially when something has caused an economic distress. And what I'm saying is, in Vegas right now, there are so many families that work for example, Spirit Airlines, and they've lost their jobs. It is so painful. Hi, Pete. Welcome to the show, Pete.
Yeah, how's
Um,
it going?
Good. And Pete, you're in
Vienna, Austria.
Vienna, Austria, and I am in
Probably
Las
Las Vegas.
Yes, Pete, today we're going to talk about the pain of home ownership. Sometimes,
Homeownership?
yeah, sometimes like the pain of home ownership, how do you say, is overwhelming. When you have a house that's completely like too much to clean, too much to bear, or what we're actually talking about is economic hardship. It's not just affordability, it's actually sometimes it's just so hard to maintain a property. So for example, we have a team member who actually has a two two people, husband and wife. They both work for Spirit Airlines, and for some reason, they lost their jobs, due to no fault of their own, right?
Yeah.
So what are the options, Pete, when people have this kind of issues? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Even like when those TSA agents were laid off
Well,
briefly.
TSA agents, they were still going back. They get paid. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still showed up because I kind of feel like they know exactly that they will still be paid.
Yeah, that was a different
Yeah.
scenario. But I remember that. Like, I could imagine being a landlord and dealing with an issue like that.
Yeah. So Pete, today what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to show you. We have a slide deck, and what it is one of my clients, she just hired me, and she was making, her income was about $18,000 a month, and she lost her job, and now from 18,000, now her income's only $4,000 a month.
Jeez, that's a fourth.
Yeah, less than a fourth, right? So affordability becomes an issue. So what she decided to do is she decided to go to another city to find work. And for the last, let's say, 3 to 4 months, she hasn't been able to find a job that pays her what she's worth. So for the time frame, she hasn't made her house payment, Pete.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, these days, our monthly mortgage payments are somewhere between 3,000 to 5,000, and if you take that by 4 times, let's say three months or 4 months, that's how much? Like, it adds up. Like, that's
It adds
14
up.
16,000 to 20,000 immediately, correct?
Wow.
Yeah. So she reached out to me, and she was actually referred by an attorney, and the attorney said, "Hey, you need to sell your house because you
Oof.
can't make payments, right?" It's a very hard conversation, to have when somebody can't make their payments. It's
I
so much
see.
stress. No, it's tough. It really is tough. I mean, we talk about affordability, but in reality, when somebody cannot afford their home anymore, what are their options, Pete?
You got to sell.
You got to sell. But if you don't have enough equity to sell, because you remember when you're selling your home, it costs about 8% to sell your home because you got to pay title fees, you got to pay, Clark County, there is a transfer tax, 5.1%. And then from there, you also need to pay, like the buyer these days in our environment, buyer's going to ask for closing costs, right? You do have to pay an agent commission. and you have to pay off your loan balance. So that adds up. It's actually more than 8%. But I'm just giving an example of what
You might have
the
solar.
Oh my God, Pete, you nailed it, Pete. You literally
Yeah.
nailed it. Okay, let me tell you the story, okay? So, we're going to say her name is Jane, okay? Jane. So, Jane bought a property, and she bought this property, and she bought a property that was built by Lennar, but she didn't buy, this is actually the front of the house. She didn't buy this house from Lennar. She bought it from somebody else who bought it from Lennar. Okay. So what happens is this property has solar. And she was like, oh, you know what? I can't make my house payments. I got to sell, like what Pete said. So she put it on the market. She tried to sell this property. And guess what, Pete? She
No
immediately,
equity.
yeah, she didn't have enough equity to pay off the solar, and the buyer didn't have $24,000 to pay the solar, to pay it off. So guess
Yeah.
what?
You're
The
stuck
buyer
with it.
can't pay, yeah, and she couldn't bring the money out to pay, so we couldn't sell this home. I mean, correction, I wasn't her agent at that time. Her agent couldn't sell this house. So Pete, you have to be careful when you buy a property with solar, because the first time that A buys the property and adds solar, A sells it to B, and B inherits the solar, and then B is trying to, in our situation, she's B, Jane is B, she's trying to sell it to C, and the solar company said, sorry, we're not going to let you us buyer C, that we're not going to let buyer C assume your solar loan. So you, as in B, has to basically pay the whole thing off. Who has $24,000 in their bank account ready to go just to pay solar?
Many people buying medium price.
Not the average Joe,
Yeah.
right? Basically. So this is exactly what happened to our seller, and she couldn't sell the property. So she called an attorney, and the attorney said, you got to sell your property. And she said, hey, I already did this. I hired a real estate agent, and because of the solar, they couldn't do it. So the attorney referred them to me, and I told her, I said, hey, discuss it with the attorney, but what are your options? If you do a cash, seller, I mean, if you sell it to a cash buyer, I have about 60 to 70 investors, right? Hi guys. So we're gonna have Joe come on the show. We're going to talk about the second half, which is basically about schools. But in the meantime, Joe, we're talking about this this seller who has her property. She couldn't sell it. Reach out to me as an attorney. I mean, the attorney reached out to me and basically told her, why don't we try a short sale? So we put this property up, Pete, yesterday. And
Yeah.
guess
Where is
what?
it?
It is in the Northwest. It is an
Okay.
attached townhome. You can go to the next slide. Next slide again. It has a beautiful kitchen with a huge walk-in pantry. Long story short, look at the yard, Pete. Let's go one more slide. It's a
It's a
huge
big
backyard.
yard. It's
It is an
huge.
attached property. Okay, the taxes is about 4,000 a year. Okay, but anyway, long story short, we listed it for a short sale yesterday. This morning, Pete, we already got an offer.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, your options are you can go cash, but then you'll have to pay to close. You can go short sale. So we are in this situation. My seller decided to go short sale. Next slide. So what is a short sale? A short sale basically is when you can't pay to close. You don't have enough money to pay close. She would have to bring in money to pay off that solar of $24,000. Pete, this is super stressful, you know? She's
Mm-hmm.
already lost her job. How can she, dig money out from nowhere just to pay the solar and pay everything off? So, that is why we're trying to do a short sale. The short sale is basically when you don't have enough equity to close and the bank forgives the difference in the loan. Make sense?
Okay.
So I told her, hey, you got to reach out to the IRS to make sure you understand what your tax consequences are, because that is beyond the beyond what a real estate licensee, can give advice to. However, she can always reach out to an attorney and understand how it works with a short sale. Make sense? But
Understood. Yeah.
us, right, for us, as long as she gives us authority to negotiate with the lien holder, which we're going to do, we're going to try and get her a sell, and we're going to submit that offer to the bank. And the bank hopefully understand that it doesn't have much money, right? So it will forgive the difference. Everybody's with a short sale. The buyer is going to have to be very patient. It could take 1 month, it could take 6 months, it could take 1 year, but the
Wow.
buyer will buy the property as is, right? There's no repairs, right? And basically from there, we're going to wait for the bank to approve the short sale. We just need one buyer who's going to wait for the entire time. And my phone is ringing. I already have two other agents who called today and was like, "Hey, can I go and see this property?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely." And they're like, "What's the activity?" I said, we already have one offer." So I know that, talking about affordability, short sales are great for buyers if the buyers have the time to wait. And again, you have to be patient because you know when the bank is going to approve it. And then if the bank approves it, then everybody wins. We do the closing, through escrow. It's nothing weird. The only thing is, at the end of the day, the seller will have to have some kind of tax consequences. During the 2008, 2009, 2010, there was a waiver where they didn't have to pay the difference. But now that waiver is gone. So, escrow is going to basically let the IRS know, hey, Jane sold this property and this is the difference. And she's probably going to have to pay the tax. Better pay the tax than have to pay, right? Yeah. So, I mean, like, which one's better, a short sale or a foreclosure? I would definitely say the short sale.
Yeah. Short sale for sure.
Yeah. But this is the property. If you can see it, it's just a listing
Yeah, I
for
see it.
250,000. Yeah. Gated community with a pool.
Got a lot of that space up in the Northwest.
Yeah, and I mean the price I listed it for. Okay, here, can you guess the price, Pete? What's the price? What do you think?
I know in the Southwest that thing's like 600,000 something.
No, Pete, it's attached. It's an attached townhome.
Oh, that one's attached.
Yeah, I know it don't seem like it's attached, but it's like 1,900 square foot.
It's a resale, maybe 210,000.
We're gonna list it for 350. The value of that
350.
property
Okay.
is worth about 430. And if you add
430 listed 350.
solar, yeah, if you add a paid off solar, it's going to be about 450,000.
450. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's like the new Beezer community,
Yeah.
Granite Point. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're not paying Granite Point price. It's gonna be less. Yeah, it's definitely gonna. And plus, solar will be included. Well, Beezer Homes also including solar, but that's like south. You're talking about the southwest, and I'm talking about the northwest.
Yeah,
So imagine
Northwest.
if somebody comes in, makes an offer for like 350, right? And then plus we're going to add solar paid, right? So I think that it will still be a score. So Pete, we have these ladies coming on right now.
Oh,
And
wow.
yes, so we are going to show
Got a full
everybody.
house.
Yeah, we have a full house. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hello
Hey,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank you for coming on. This is Pete Arriola. Pete is actually in Vienna right now.
Hi.
It's 2 a.m. here, 2:56 a.m. here, but I was still awake.
I was surprised that he actually jumped on. I thought that Pete will be taking an MIA today.
Now,
But
there's another event going on that kept me up.
oh, okay. So I want to showcase, these lovely people on our chat, and I'm going to showcase their logo. Let's see if Athena can show our logo really quick. And then we're going to talk about what we are here for. Pete, this show is about, affordability, real estate, but then we always do the other half of the show about our community, right?
True.
Yes. So we're going to talk about destination scholars.
Wow.
Yes. Okay.
Education.
I'm excited. Yes, I'm excited because, in Vegas, guys, what do you guys think about education in Vegas? Come on, tell us the truth. And you guys we got educators in here, we got parents in here. So please introduce yourself, and then let's talk about education. Miss Wally?
Hey. Oh. Who goes first?
Go ahead.
Miss Wally, can you hear us? Do you have sound yet?
Oh, she does not have sound. Okay. Okay, Miss Linda McIntosh, right? Did I say it right?
Macintosh, kind of like your computer, but
can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Linda McIntosh.
Still on mute?
Am I on mute? Is she on mute?
No, you're good. You're good. Okay. I don't know if Miss Wally is her phone. She said she's just gonna smile.
My name is Linda McIntosh. I am a parent. My daughter has been with this set of teachers since kindergarten, and she just finished 5th grade. I am not a Las Vegas native, but I moved here in high school and finished high school here, started at UNLV, moved away for a number of years, and just about, 6 years ago, I moved back to Las Vegas. And yeah, I love this group of teachers. I'd stick with them wherever they'd go. And I'm also, besides being a single parent, I am a speech language pathologist. So I kind of dabble in some of the scholastic areas, but more I do the medical side. So
you are a
speech.
I'm
a speech language pathologist. I'm a speech therapist.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And I'm a single mom.
Okay, Miss Wally, are you able to say hi? Hello. I don't think she can hear us. Joe.
Yes.
We got Joe and Bew. Is that right?
Joe and Bo.
Joe and Bo. Okay. So guys, can you tell us what was the challenge? Tell us the challenge of, what happened? and tell us what is our solution here. Go, Joe.
So, hi. So we have a 7-year-old. She just finished second grade. So we had her previously in Montessori school before, and then a Chinese immersion school. And then we noticed that she's have some challenges, and that the teacher is not really working with us. So we made the change to, well, Destination Scholars. They were not called his name before, but we moved to them, and she's been thriving ever since, right? So I noticed that the teachers, the styles that they teach in, and the tools that they give her, and how they animate things, I think it has a lot to do with the smaller group size of students. So Ceres was able to get all the attention that she needed, and I think that's what kind of made her thrive. And
they were just so loving, and they give her what she needed when she needed it at the time. She's always kind of struggled with her schooling, and as soon as she started going there, she loved it every single day.
So you
So-
could tell that there was a complete change of attitude.
yes, absolutely.
180.
Yeah. So
How do you
she
feel
used
as a
to dread
parent?
she used to dread going to school, and I had to explain to her, hey, that's your responsibility as a child. You have to go. And then whereas with the school right now, when we at the end of the year, so sad that she won't be able to see her friends. She won't be able to see her teacher for 3 months. And I said, baby, you're going to see them. Don't worry. But I think what's really made the change is really we're able to talk to the teacher almost every day about either the struggles that she's facing, how we can help at home, or the advancement that she's made. So I'm just really glad that the personal attention that we got there. I know that I got really lucky because I had my friend's child also attends there. So that way I kind of found the school right away. But I know that there's probably I think 70 to 80 private schools in town that we were calling around. And a lot of them, not all of them were as affordable, and then a lot of them actually has a large group class as well. So this group of teachers and this system actually just worked out perfect for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Even for myself, what drew me there was also I had a friend there who had both of her boys. They went from kindergarten through 8th grade all the way through. But what really appealed to me was the affordability at that time. It wasn't that much more than I was already paying for daycare. And my daughter has a chronic health condition, and I needed that flexibility of she's already going to have absences. She has what's called a periodic fever syndrome. And when she was very young, she would have a fever once a month for about 4 to 5 days. And I said, she's already going to have absences. What do I do? And I went and toured the school because my friend had her boys, and she's like, come check it out. And it has been my village, really. And it's because, like what Joe said, I can talk to the teacher every day if I need to. And it can be something like, hey, she's acting a little off, maybe a fever's coming or something like that. And they've been able to give her this individualized instruction. So not only to keep her at grade level, but beyond, she's thriving. And even with, it was more of, don't worry, we got her, we'll take care of her. If she needs a home program, if she's going to be sick for a week, we've got it. We'll keep her caught up without it being so much of playing catch up. And that individualized attention has been a godsend. And I think, like what Joe said, it's really due to the teacher's attention to each student and being able to get to know, they're struggling in this area, or they're not feeling well, or something's going on at home, and having that small, intimate class size.
Wow. What you said almost made me want to cry.
Yeah, it's been not just a school, it's been a community. It really has been.
Miss Wally, are you online now? Can you say hello?
Hello, everybody. Sorry about my technical difficulties.
Awesome. She told
Hello.
me she was gonna comb her hair.
It's working fine from my phone. So as long as I don't tilt it up so you can, get the up the nose view, we'll be fine.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. So, okay, you guys both talk about how awesome the school is, like it's so affordable. I mean, like, now we're curious, what is it called, and what is the cost to attend school? Because it sounds like you have
So the school is, we have been operating under a different model for many years, for about 20 years. And starting next August, we're actually going to a homeschool model, which will allow parents a lot more flexibility. We have a lot of kids who play gymnastics and hockey, and they're excited about that because when you go to a homeschool model, you don't have the attendance requirements. Obviously, the more time you spend, with us learning, the higher you're going to go and the more your abilities are going to increase. We're changing that up just a little bit right now. So it's not so much, we don't have tuition anymore. Instead, we're going to a homeschool co-op model where the teachers and the parents have banded together to create something new and exciting. We're going to be depending on them and they're depending on us. And it makes it even more affordable in the long run. So what we have now is a monthly membership fee. To be a member of our co-op is $1,000 a month during the school year. And for that, you can bring the kids to us as often as you need to. They can come to us every single day and be schooled with us every day. If you have a different idea at home where you really want to go be doing outside activities, you have piano lessons or sports or whatever, you can also choose to, maybe cut back your school hours just a little bit. We're really excited for our new model. As you can see, our parents are amazing and fabulous, and we know they're going to help us to just make this probably the best year we've had.
Wow. She says it with so much like love and confidence.
Wow. You have to understand that this school is our life. I've been a part of this school now for 12 years. My own children went here. My niece is here now. My nephew went here, both of my boys, and they've all, done extremely well. They've grown up to become fabulous, wonderful little mini adults now. And this has been my life for a long time. This is what I've been doing, and I can't even imagine doing something different.
Wow. So, Ms. Lolly, can you tell us a little bit about like what are parents like? What's the expectation, you know what I mean, from both sides? It's not just, like parents will ask you, hey, we need, all our kids to get A's, and also it's the same thing. Like you also have expectations for parents who bring children in. And I don't think we ever talk about that. Is that true? What do you think?
I think it's actually really important in this particular case because we are such a close-knit community. And if you have somebody who comes on board who doesn't pull their weight, who doesn't get along with everybody else, who doesn't get the overall vision, it can actually drag people down. So the beauty of it is that like-minded people attract like-minded people. Because you can see these fabulous, beautiful, amazing parents we have, and they tell their friends about our school. So guess what we get? More fabulous, amazing, wonderful, beautiful parents and their children. I don't think it's ever going to be an issue. But what we would expect from parents is just that you're all in. We're all in. As teachers, we're all in. This is our life, and we expect you guys to be all in too. If you want a school that is going to be part of your family, if you want a school that is going to give your child absolutely individualized education from where they go in math to how many hugs they need in the day, we're all in for that. So that's what we're getting from everybody else too.
Oh my gosh.
I sort of had a question here.
Yeah.
I don't have any kids. I'm married. But I know this younger generation is very reliant on digital, just doom scrolling on social media and probably not interacting in person. It might be a challenge down the road. Is this school that's been around for a while, has it helped curriculum to face that or the
Yeah,
homeschool? Or?
absolutely. We have it scaffolded. So the younger students don't spend as much time on technology as the older students. And as you get more into middle school, we start doing even more of our lessons online. Not that the kids aren't in class, but the curriculum itself shifts to a partial online curriculum. I know that when children get to high school here in town, they're going to be using Canva or some other online platform, and they'll hardly need a notebook in their backpack. So we scaffold it. We start at the basic level where we're teaching them to type and just getting them comfortable with computers, but that's not our focus at all. By the time they get to sixth grade, then they're going to be typing their papers rather than just writing them. In the meantime, we're going to teach them cursive so that they can compete
Read.
with all of those other people out there. They're going to learn all of the old school skills. We still teach the algorithm for long division and multi-digit multiplication. Most schools aren't even doing that anymore. So I feel like we have a really good blend of the old and the new. You can't tell when I couldn't get on the call in the beginning with any sound, but I'm actually like the nerd of the school, and I'm very much into technology, and I love to bring things into the kids. One of our favorite things to do is figure out how we can work Minecraft into the lessons or things like that. But it's all scaffolded, and the younger they are, the less time they spend with technology.
That was a really good question, Pete.
Yeah, I like that answer.
One thing I would like to add is so because my godson also stays with us, so I know what he experiences in local charter school. And it's really different because the after school program in the charter school, they mix students of all grade levels together. So it's inevitable that you would have a higher grade student who may have a phone and he's exposed to YouTube shorts and, TikToks, and it's scary that the stuff that he comes home with, whereas, my daughter who goes
And Joe,
to,
hold on. How old is he?
he's 10.
He's 10. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I don't want him to know that he knows about. Yeah.
YouTube Shorts access at 10. Wow.
No, some parents in their school, I guess they don't have the child setting on their phone or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and you don't know what they look at during the after school time. And it's as little as we pick them up. School ends at 3, and my husband picks them up at 3:30. In as little as 30 minutes, the amount of shorts that he's exposed to, it's crazy. Whereas with series, and they actually learn about manners and values, and it's the difference is night and day.
Wow.
I'd like to add to that is I feel like the culture of the school lends to a different learning style as well, and a different way of behavioral control of having the kids. There's different expectations, and it's not just each student, it's every teacher, each student. And it's their job is to be a good student and learn and do their best, but that expectation is set from kindergarten. And so as they go through it, it doesn't change, and they're taught about leadership and critical thinking and values and just being a good person too. So it's not just curriculum, testing. They're getting this also bigger picture, kind of how to be a good person and how to do right and be honest and whatnot. And it's even helped for me because, my daughter is now 11. She just finished 5th grade, so she's entering that junior high era. And I am thinking, if she goes to CCSD, she's going to be exposed to things that might be, those girls are a little bit more grown, and where I have less control over that exposure to social media and the things that, not that I don't want, but I want to be able to, as the parent, to mitigate and kind of control the exposure as she gets older.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah. And the whole culture of people is
night and day.
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter went to Hyde Park, right? And she was in the magnet program.
Mm-hmm.
But, when you're picking up kids at Hyde Park, you will see baggy pants to the floor. So I was like, whoa, definitely sometimes of a culture shock.
I'm the mother of three, and unfortunately for my oldest, she was too old to join in this journey we've all been on. By the time I started teaching there, she was already a senior in high school, and seeing the difference in her experience in school and my boy's experience in school, all I can say is, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I wish I had known sooner there was something else we could have done. Because yeah, the exposure is real. Vegas doesn't. It has a bad side. Has a bad side, and you can't watch your children 24/7 when they're at school and there's 30 other kids in their class and 5,000 kids in the school. Nobody's watching them most of the time.
Yeah.
In our school, when I have 6 kids in my class, I know exactly what they're doing. I know what they're saying to each other. I know if someone's being unkind. I can stop it right as it's happening, if it happens, and then explain why it's not a good idea. So,
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's a big difference. So how many kids are you guys anticipating this year?
right now we have about 25. Our school has a capacity at this point to go up to about 60. So let's see where we can take this.
Awesome. Yeah.
And
I mean, like, I'm just thankful that I heard about it through Joe.
right? And can I add, when people say small class
Absolutely.
size, I don't think people understand like how small. Like my daughter, K through 5, has never had more than like 10, 11 students max in each grade. And sometimes
Yeah.
I think Joe series this year was 4.
The largest class I've ever taught here has been 12 students.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and that was for us was a big one.
And I think that when you put a number to it, people are like, whoa, that is an actual small class size. Because a lot of times, because when you compare to public school, that might be 30. I mean, I went to public school my entire career, and I was in, I remember a 3rd, 4th grade mix, and there was almost 40 kids in the class. One teacher, 40 kids. But then when you say 12, you're like, whoa, that's, and they don't combine classes just because there's only 4 or 5. You still stay with your core homeroom class for your grade. Oh, Miss Wally, the leveling.
The previous
You stay with your homeroom for homeroom things, but we actually level kids out for all of the core subjects. So for math, language arts, and writing, the students go to the class where they are going to be challenged and successful. So like last year, if you looked at the age of my students, I'm the 5th grade teacher. Last year, if you looked at the age of my students, I had kids from 3rd to 7th grade in my math class. But no one said, oh, we're in the 5th grade math class. They said, we're in Miss Wally's math class. And then the kids who might be, operating a little behind, we spend a lot of time pushing them and giving them the individualized attention they need to catch up and be on grade level. So it's a really different model. And I know that we've done some research now. A lot of us have been calling around, and there's no other school in town that does it quite like we do. Logistically, it would be a nightmare. I don't think you could do it in a large school, at least not the way we do it, because we do have kids who are moving around a lot. You could be with one teacher for math and a totally different teacher for language arts, just depending on where your strengths lie. But then for all of the homeroom things, you'll be back with the kids who are your age. So for things like our values lessons or history, science, just general, field trips, all of that, the kids stick with their age level.
So how many teachers will you have this year?
We have 6 teachers.
6 teachers. Okay. And
yeah,
we
so
have
going up to
25 students. Oh my gosh, that never happens.
No, it doesn't. We're in a really good place starting this fall.
Amazing.
We're very excited about everything we're going to be able to do with these kids. There's no such thing as a kid who hides in the back of the class and doesn't understand the math lesson. We know exactly who understands and who doesn't. We can see it in their eyes every second. And with that few of kids, you can always, slow down and take it a little bit, more basic steps. Or if everybody's doing great and everybody's on board, you can speed it up and get on to more fun concepts. And it's really a fun model.
Awesome.
This kind of reminds me of our little tribe, but how we get like-minded agents to join our team brokerage, and we have a system, and then we have people do like a Tony Robbins style disc assessment, so we kind of know how to interact with each other. Isn't that what this kind of sounds like?
It is.
I don't know about Tony Robbins, but we're definitely highly interactive. All of the kids know one another, whether they're in kindergarten or in 8th grade, they're all friends. The parents know each other. We do things together. We plan activities together.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure if Tony Robbins is a good fit, but I'm not saying he
No,
isn't
no, it's
either.
like you play to your strengths. It's like you kind of help
Contribute.
with the weaknesses or
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's never someone who's just being forgotten, or who, like, sometimes when you have a larger class and someone needs some extra help, the other kids are just sitting around waiting. Or the converse of that, the child who needs extra help isn't getting the extra help. That doesn't happen in a class size like this. It just never does. The teachers know exactly who needs what and how to give it to them.
And
I
I
So,
wouldn't
but then
want to
at the
teach
same
somewhere
time
else,
you'll
I'll tell you
recognize
that.
someone's super strong at another thing, but
Yep,
but they're weak at yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
So
we have
yeah.
kids who move all over.
yeah, I love as a parent, like it's also dynamic. It's so maybe at the beginning of the year they needed a little more help in math, so they go, to a different section, and then they're caught up, and then maybe they're way up here, and then they'll still be. So it's not like you're in a different class for more help and then you stay there. It's dynamic and moves around. So they play to the strengths and I don't want to say weaknesses, but maybe where they need a little bit more help. And then you also, I feel like, I mean, I work with children too. It also helps with behaviors. So say you have a kid who's not challenged in their class, maybe in public school, and there's 40 kids, and he's looked at as maybe he's not paying attention, or he's the wild or acting out. Maybe he's just not challenged. And this, because there's so much one-on-one attention and individualized, they can create, be like, oh, okay, we're going to help him with this, this, and this. And this kid, he's going 3 grades up for reading.
Wow.
Yeah. That also reminds me of what happened in our kindergarten class this year. My niece was in our kindergarten class this year, and every day she would come home and show me the extra things that she got to do. She was so excited to show me her extra work that she got to do because she finished what she was what was required of her. Yeah. And I just went to her teacher so many times. I love Ms. Martinez. I said, thank you so much. She's never bored. She always has something to do. She always feels proud of herself. There's the downtime is fun time, but it's also learning time.
Yeah, that I honestly, Miss Wally, the bored word, BORED, is the biggest enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So. Absolutely.
As a parent, oh my gosh. I mean, it's always on board. That is really the biggest challenge for me.
We try to keep these kids hopping all day long. And when we do build in downtime, it's, it's with a purpose. So we don't want to waste any time.
And might I add that the place that we're in right now, it's not like a small, when we say co-op, people may think that it's like a small thing in a strip mall or something, because there's a lot of co-ops in town. But we're in a actual building with an actual playground with very nice facilities. And yeah, my daughter just, sometimes I pick her up early. When I say early, it's after 3, and she's like, why are you picking me? Come back later. Can you pick me up later?
My daughter used to cry because she didn't want to come home.
What?
When I would pick up, I swear, Miss Wally remembers, but when she was like in kindergarten and 1st grade.
Absolutely. Yeah.
She would pout, and I swear there were actual tears. She was like, I want to stay here. And I'm like, it's 5:00. We have, school was done 2 hours ago, but I'm playing. And it would be, they were still learning. It would be the aftercare, and it would be doing puzzles or games, or they would also, at that time, they did homework clubs. So they would get homework done. But that's how much the kids connect with each other too.
They love each other. They absolutely love each other.
One thing that I'm excited about, which, also was a little bit of the model, but I think now that we're in a homeschool situation, there's going to be more opportunity for hands-on learning and out in the community and doing things. They've done some really field trips that I didn't even think were possible over the years. That not just field trips, but local field trips, and then out of state field trips and things like that. And I think that us having this tight knit and parental involvement and wanting not just in the classroom learning, I'm really excited about that.
That's
So
The
awesome.
first thing Linda's mother said to me is, "Oh, can I teach him how to bake?" And I said, "Oh, please do, please do."
yeah, because they would want to do also, you know, practical,
Wow.
functional things so that kids can apply what they're learning so that they understand why. Like, why are you teaching me fractions? Well, like, have you ever had to measure things when you are cooking? Things like that. And so my mom, she's been pretty involved. She was like, I want to teach a baking class. I'm like, all right, grandma, go knock your socks off.
Please, please bring it
It's
on.
called home economics in high school.
Yes.
And, you know, we have such a diverse group of parents, and they're so dynamic and they know so much. Everyone has something else to bring to the table when they share that with all of the other kids. I'm really looking forward to this school year.
That is awesome. Is there something that you need? Or can you tell us, you know, are they in uniform? Because, you know, we obviously have no idea. So please tell us.
We're actually breaking with tradition. We're going out on a limb this year. We're letting the kids wear whatever they want. Of course, it has to be school appropriate. So they're a little bit excited to try that, and we'll see how it goes. This is our trial phase of not having uniforms this year. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, cool. Is there some school supplies that they need to purchase? What do they need to do to apply to your school? How do we contact you? Please tell our audience.
So the easiest way right now would be to go to our Destination Scholars homepage. At Destination Scholars, there's a link to our email. There's a link to, I think, the phone number where you can text for more information. Because we're going through this transition right now, we actually have parents who are helping us work on this at the moment and changing all of our social media around. So it's not as robust as it will be even in 2 weeks, but if you go to the website, you can definitely find the email to get in touch with us, the form to get in touch with us, phone number to get in touch with us, and I will be right there to give you a tour of the school, tell you anything you need to know. Every child's journey is going to be very different here, and it's hard to have a blanket answer for everybody about what it's going to be like because it is so individualized. But give me a call, send me an email, and we can walk through what your child needs, and I can give you very specific answers.
And where are you located at?
Rainbow and Sahara, just south of Sahara and Rainbow. It's kind of tucked in off the school, but you'll notice the playground as you drive by.
And what is your how do you say, like, I mean, what kind of kids do you have? Is it a mixed school, or like, you know, like Joe and me, we're Asian. I mean, so is Pete, like, what kind of mix do you have?
It's very diverse. It's very diverse. When you walk in and you look around, it's almost like someone set it up on purpose for a photo shoot. You know, we have a lot of different nationalities. We have several children who English is their second language, either Spanish or Chinese, or I can't even remember all of the different languages the kids speak. We also we've had several kids come through our school who didn't speak English at all when they arrived. Wow. And of course, you know, that's always fun for me. I'm a linguist at heart, as is Linda. So that's my first love. I always enjoy that. Yeah, it's very diverse.
Wow. Awesome. Okay.
We do have different teachers on board who are fluent in different languages. When Ms. Plummer's fluent in Chinese, I speak German and a little bit of a few others. So we can get by with the kids and help them to settle in. It's kind of fun. I kind of like it when that happens.
Wow. That is amazing. Yeah.
As a parent, I can speak to, I know that my daughter going through the years, there's kids with different levels of, you know, high academics, lower academics, but they push each other. They kind of all are together. It's like having this little team of like, oh, I'll help you. And they have their little cohorts that they kind of stick together. And it's been really neat to see of how much they support each other, just as, oh, so-and-so's need some help with this. Let's practice with them. And then more than just being in class and competing with each other, they learn extra by helping each other out. And
they really lift each other up.
Yeah,
I went to drop off lunch for Ceres one day, and I noticed a higher grade student was playing a multiplication game or challenge with a lower grade student. It looks like they like staged it for a commercial or something. Yeah. But no, that's just lunchtime in the
Wow.
In the parking
Our
lot.
kids are
or
really
not-
that cute.
Yeah,
No,
and they're just
it's-
playing the game.
Do you guys have any sports? Like, do you play ping pong or? I mean, I'm just curious.
We have a fitness class, and we take them out on the playground and teach them how to play different sports. We also have right behind our school is a city park, and we take the kids over there and teach them kickball and other things like that. We don't have any actual teams, but a lot of our kids play on club, like they play club ball, club hockey. We have a lot of gymnasts at the school, so.
Awesome. All right. Well, I really appreciate everybody coming on. And Pete staying up till 3 a.m. in Vienna.
Yeah.
And I know he has no kids, but he does have nieces and nephews, right, Pete?
Yeah, Filipino Austrian that live in Vienna.
Okay, but how about in Vegas?
I have a couple, yeah.
Yeah, you have a
Cousins.
couple. So
Pete, I
lives-
went to college in Austria. That's awesome that you're in Vienna right now.
Wow.
What?
You went to college here?
In
That's how
Graz.
you speak
Wow.
German?
Many years ago. We don't need to get into that, but yeah.
Wow. It's impressive. I love this town.
It's a beautiful country.
So Pete's actually out there because they're a international real estate event that he's attending, and there's like there are attendees from 50 countries.
Yeah, 51, 50.
51 countries,
Including
Yeah.
Malaysia, where your origination.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But thank you very much, and
Thank you.
we hope that this will be the basis of where you're gonna grow.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
We
I
just
did have
want,
Thanks for letting
question,
us get
though.
together and chat.
thank you. Yeah. And we just want parents to know that there's other options.
Destination school.
That's really it. There's other models and there's other options for your children. We're all worried about our children and how well
100%.
they do. And you don't always have to go with which everyone goes. You do what's right, what works for you and your family.
Oh my gosh, I totally agree, because it's so hard to feel safe, because you really want to have that safety net for your kids, and that when you're not there, that you may not even, like me, I know I'm always busy doing real estate all day long, and I might not be the best person to teach my children.
Right?
There are professionals who will do a better job. If I is going to be on board.
They don't want to keep hearing you say low hanging fruit.
Right, but anyway, I think you guys, we're gonna get and we can post it, our social media.
Thank you.
Is that good?
Excellent.
Thank you for coming on, everybody.
Thank you all.
Thanks. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having us.
More than welcome to come back. We do this every Tuesday at 5:30. Basically, again, we talk about real estate, and then we talk about everything else in Las Vegas that we care about. We are a small community, right? So if you have any ideas of who I should interview next, please let me know.
We have some amazing, amazing families in our school, and I'm sure you could find a lot of people to talk to that would be extremely fun to listen to.
Awesome. We can start with Joe.
I think that's my exit cue. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for
Thanks so
coming.
much.
Appreciate it. Send me the details so I can post. Thank you.
Wow.
That was good stuff. Thank you, Pete, for staying
crap, I
up.
can't hear you.
Was not expecting you to be awake.
Well, let me redo this.
Pete, I was not expecting you to be awake, but thank you for showing up. Bye.